Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam Zarina binti Abdul Munir. We are the Men and Roses. I myself, Muhammad Fatul Rahim Ali bin Sarali, and my team members, Muhammad Danish Durrani bin Ismail Fahmi, Iqmil Nashid bin Zawawi, Muhammad Faris bin Johari, and Muhammad Razi Arif bin Muhammad Azman. Together, we are going to present you our report entitled Obstacles on Recruiting the Ideal Candidate. The year 2020 was full of surprises and huge events that affected the normal way of human daily activities. We are talking about a huge crisis that shaken every nation on the Earth's surface, which is the coronavirus crisis, also known as COVID-19 crisis. This crisis that has created a terrifying panic, millions of deaths, and stifled the economic sector globally. We are looking at a site where many corporate companies or organizations exerting their measures to stay in the business despite the pandemic and other tough obstacles they encountered. If we look carefully at the current situation, is the company still able to employ the unused labor forces out there? Well, the answer is yes, absolutely. But however, here comes another question which led us on how will the employer enforce talent and recruitment towards their company as a result for the present recruitment challenges? Interesting, isn't it? Let's head on to the report which has been listed with 5 main obstacles of present-day companies' recruitment and its proper resolution. The first wall or the first challenge would be attracting the right candidates. Often we see that for every job vacancy or position in a company or corporation, there will be specific requirement and qualification to be met at such candidates' education. What kind of courses do they do and study? Their experiences and others. The most important here would be the best and accurate KSAOs, which is the knowledge, skills, abilities, and others that fit with that particular position and its job scope. This is important as employers or HR professionals. We would want to hire the right person or the right candidate for the job. This is quite tough as there are numerous candidates with similar paternity of education and past experiences, plus their achievement. However, when it comes to the skills and knowledge required, it might take a few and other resolutions. Before heading right to the solution or the hammer that would crush the wall, employers will have to redefine their hiring process to pull the right class of candidates from the very starting line itself. This is going back all the way to the main purpose, which is to appeal to the best job candidates to apply for the job and dissuade non-qualified candidates from applying the job. Therefore, begin by declaring obvious, well-defined, and accurate job requirements in the job description and job advertisements. Use a career blog to write down all the company culture and ethics of working life at the office. By doing so, competent job seekers will be capable of deciding on themselves whether they are in or out of the employment process. They must as well put in qualifying inquiries to their job interview and survey form. It is quite easy and straightforward actually, but proven to be useful and effective approach to swipe left or right for those applicants, which is whether they are well suited or not well suited for the company to employ.
The next obstacle is eliminating bias. Recruiting top talent is every company's goals and objective. By doing so, they can align business strategy with current market condition to be more successful in the future. Nowadays, the pandemic of COVID-19 has disrupted many businesses, especially in their recruitment process. To avoid any face-to-face interaction between the candidates and also the interviewer, most of them are implementing online interview session using the tools of communication such as Skype, Zoom, WebEx, and many more. With everything going online, interviewers did not get any chance to get to know with their candidates in person. Thus, most of them might evaluate and recruit candidate based on their personal preferences regardless of the quality of the candidate itself. To deal with this issue, the utilization of artificial intelligence, or also known as the AI, can also be implemented. This is because AI makes sourcing and screening decisions mainly based on data points. By doing so, AI will combine data points with systems to make decisions and prediction on who will be the best candidate for the available job position. The human brain literally cannot cope when processing information on this large scale, and AI also assess this data point critically and without any stereotypes, prejudice, and mental exhaustion that human brain are vulnerable to. And a significant benefit of AI over human is that its outcome can be verified and confirmed. In other words, every decision requires a good forecasting skills and management, and AI are almost always better at forecasting as compared to human. Thus, it will definitely help in screening and identifying the best employees for a specific job position.
The next challenge that companies face in the recruitment process is hiring for diversity and inclusion. This is because diversity in the workplace is difficult to achieve. It takes commitment from all employees and employers and has many forms to do it. If the employer hires diverse candidates into a work environment that isn't interesting to them, it won't have a diverse workforce. So, in order to have a diversity and inclusion in the workplace, human resource especially must do something that can make hiring for diversity and inclusion succeed. To face this challenge, employers can encourage referrals of minority workers. This is because the professional and social networks of individuals are made up of people who are the same demographically. Employers will get advantage of this network similarity effect by motivating minority workers to make recommendations. So, they are more likely to refer members of their groups. Minority workforce recommendation help improve the equity of recruiting with the additional advantages of hiring referrals in the first place. Besides that, the company must offer policies on the workplace that appeal most to various candidates. This is to ensure that they can find and attract diverse candidates to apply for jobs in their company. This is because research has found that the offer that companies use in their job description help to attract or not diverse candidates from applying to the job. So, the use of the language in the job description is important to having diverse candidates.
So this COVID-19 pandemic definitely forces companies or business organizations to minimize their business operation by cutting off their access towards their workers in order to reduce the wage bill. Retrenchment is seen as one of the most relevant options in order for them to stabilize their finance and also retaliate against economic difficulties. This COVID-19 pandemic also taught them to be more selective when it comes to hiring person in order to be absorbed into the company. They need to find the best talents in order to hold the most crucial parts or positions in the company to prevent any potential losses or mismanagement from happening. The talent pool is a database stacked with potential candidates that are interested to work with an organization. Recruitment process can be very expensive and time-consuming. Talent pools shorten the process of outsourcing and reaching new candidates. This is because candidates may be different from one another and may not fit the current job specifications that they were looking for. Talent pools discard the term rejection, as these candidates probably are more suitable with a different role that are going to be in the upcoming job vacancy. Ladies and gentlemen, this approach is highly recommended as it is easier to get executed, it can be done in a short period of time, and is less expensive. So in order to build or develop a talent pool, companies may create a short list of their preferred candidates. They might also be connecting with their unsuccessful candidates. They might also dedicate a landing page in the organization official website for fresh graduate and new candidates to apply and register. They might also consider taking from the internal candidates, or they might also opt for former employees that have tons of experience on their disposal.
Other obstacle in recruitment is the lack of qualified candidates. Talent shortage is the number one hiring challenge today. Companies are receiving tons of resumes and applications, but somehow find trouble in finding the right candidate to fill the right position. And due to that, companies need to compete with each other to hire the best qualified candidate. Among top recruiting priorities is companies are eager to attract higher qualified candidates and to build a better talent pools for the future. In order for companies to find the right and qualified candidates, companies need to have a strategic recruitment plan. In the competition of finding the right qualified candidates, company must first have a good and strong reputation to better promote themselves as the best option, so that the potential candidates will have a good first impression towards their company. Nevertheless, by bragging one company as the best employer is not convincing enough to ensure that potential candidates will choose one's company. Therefore, by proving that the company is really competent and providing a fascinating perks to their existing employee will create a good branding to their organization. This will open a door through employee referrals. Qualified candidates will trust their friends more than they trust their recruiters. In the current situation, companies are desired to reduce cost and time to recruit talents. Limited talent in the job market require each organization to step up their games in recruitment so that they can find the best talent for their organization. In conclusion, recruiting the ideal candidate is a challenging task for recruiters, especially in the current state of affairs. There are many barriers in recruiting that need to be encountered, and every obstacle needs to be handled with extra care. Each organization needs to be diligent in recruiting their employees in order to hire the best candidate for their organization. Every party, such as director, managers, subject matter experts, and HR professionals, play a role in selecting their candidate. One organization needs to set up a proper recruitment plan. A proper recruitment plan will help an organization to find a competent candidate. A high quality candidate will help one's company to achieve their vision and mission. So that's all from us. I hope that our sharing today will benefit us all as HR students. I, representing my group, would like to say thank you for listening and wishing you all have a great day.